name's Stephen Procter. I'm from Beaton, Ontario. This is my truck. It's a 1993 FLD 120 70-inch flat top. It's got a 4 1/4 cat with 6 1/4 spicers on aluminum frame.
And it didn't really look like this a year ago. What's the story behind this truck?
Well, Stephen sent me this ad one night of a truck for sale in Pennsylvania, and it had been rearranged.
It wanted to be a Peterbilt.
Yeah, it was a setback front axle FLD moonlighting as a wannabe Peterbilt. The gentleman that owned it had stripped all the fairing, and it had full fairing front to back on a 247-inch wheelbase, which is quite unique, to say the least. And the bunk extenders in the fairing were gone, and stacks were bolted to the side of the cab behind the doors. So Stephen sends me this ad, and he's quite adamant about buying this truck. And I'm the lucky guy that gets to haul all his newfound treasures from the US back to Canada. So of course I didn't take him seriously at first.
So anyhow, the fellow that owned the truck just had a different vision for it than I did. And my vision is its original manufactured way. We struck a deal on the truck, and Leslie and I went and picked it up, and the rest is kind of history. It's just been picking away and creating a truck ever since. It was built for the Great American Ice Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Where was it built?
St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada, at the Freightliner plant. It had large Made in America lettering down the side, which Leslie and I both thought to be hilarious because it had the Transport Canada sticker on the door jamb. So it was really false advertising.
Did it say North in really tiny letters?
No, it just said America, and it had a big eagle on the side of the truck. And that was one of the first things I did, was buff it off when I got home. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's false advertising.
It just was false advertising.
Yeah.
The fella that I bought the truck from was in Denver, Pennsylvania. He had bought it from a guy who was a container hauler in New Jersey. And from what I was able to Google, the Great American Ice Company seems to have a depot in New Jersey. So I'm assuming that's how the truck ended up there. And it's back home and alive and well.
And now everybody's trying to figure out how to drive the 6 and 4 because we're all too young to have grown up in that era. The interior is surprisingly good shape, all things considered. The interior panel, the truck was gutted for the exhaust and that, and Stephen painstakingly took the time to clean everything and put it back together, and then replace a few dash items here and there. Although despite the age of the truck and that, overall very good candidate for a very clean restoration. Got very lucky.
It was alive. I haven't done anything with the frame. The frame is just very clean and very original, and I kind of want to just leave it that way. I suppose I could spray it black again, but it's just a good survivor. I ended up fixing, all the doors and just all the usual wear points on the truck. But yes, the interior stayed good, and somebody must have loved it in its day, that's for sure. The design is called the New Houston out of the Freightliner sales brochure. It's plum metallic, blue, violet, and red. I believe the paint code is N0345 for the plum metallic. I painted it myself. I had a fellow lay out the outer mask based on the Freightliner paint chart that I got from Cam Lavin, who was able to pull up a truck with the New Houston paint job on it.
You are the second person I've spoken to today with a Freightliner who got their paint scheme from Cam.
Cam Lavin, there you go. Yeah, he's a great resource to anybody in the old truck hobby. No question. The fella laid the outer mask on the truck for me, and once I sprayed the base layer black, I taped it all off with 1/4 inch and did all 3 other colors independently on a weekend, and I was pretty happy with the end result.
Yeah, because you're not a painter.
I'm not a painter, just a guy that likes to do things.